Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backspin Boxing. Nah, man, I gotta talk about it, man. I gotta talk about it. You know, Errol Spence Jr., man, ever since his retina was damaged and he had to pull out the Pacquiao fight, there's been a lot of naysayers out there, man, talking down on Errol Spence Jr. But the same fans that are talking about Errol Spence Jr. is trying to dodge and duck the fight with Pacquiao are the same people defending Tyson Fury. They're saying that Tyson Fury, why does he need to fight Deontay Wilder? It's just going to be the same fight as the first two fights, even though the first two fights were completely different. One fight was him boxing, another fight was him coming forward. People were saying it's the same outcome, but there keep on being delays with the Tyson Fury fight, right? It keeps on being delayed, right? I mean, it's so bad with Tyson Fury. They're ducking so bad with the guy that he paid millions of dollars going to court in an arbitration lawsuit with Deontay Wilder to enforce the third fight with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. That Tyson Fury paid millions upon millions of dollars trying to get that case resolved. That's facts, right? And a lot of these court cases is whoever loses has to pay the financial threshold of both clients, because like I said earlier, Tyson Fury already signed the contract to fight Deontay Wilder. So pitting Deontay Wilder through the process of legal battle, well, that's on Tyson Fury's head, because Tyson Fury was never supposed to go forward with a lawsuit in the first place, because that's what he signed. So he's just wasting Deontay Wilder's time. These are facts, right? Now, Errol Spence Jr., man, came out of a car accident. His car did like a bajillion flips. The guy flew out the window and he flew out the car and skid everywhere. And he came back within a year and fought Danny Garcia. That's crazy. If a guy can go through a car accident, he can come back from an eye retina injury, and understand that Errol Spence Jr. is the last guy talking about being scared of anyone. Errol Spence Jr. even said he doesn't believe in tune-ups, and he has one of the deeper resumes in the welterweight division, right? He fought Chris Algieri when Pacquiao couldn't knock him out. Pacquiao could not knock out Chris Algieri. He knocked him down like 6 times, but he couldn't stop Chris Algieri, right? Then he fought Bundu as well. Keith Thurman could not knock out Bundu. In fact, Keith Thurman struggled with Bundu. Errol Spence stopped Bundu. That's a fact. And I can go on and on about Errol Spence's accomplishments. Like when Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter, Keith Thurman always talks about how he hits hard, and how it's one time and he's trying to knock you out, but he didn't even drop Porter. Errol Spence dropped Porter, and it wasn't a flash knockdown either. He hit him clean, crisp counterpunch. Big facts. There's never a fight when Errol Spence would look like he was losing the fight to the point where it looked like it could have went either way. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, has been struggling in camp. There's rumors about him getting knocked out in sparring against Jared Anderson, and there's no doubt about it that F.A. Jabba was touching him up, because that guy is a hard hitter, right? He's a hard hitter, big dude, solid chin, and he's an elite level fighter. With that being said, there was no let's just say, even if Errol Spence did have a bad training camp, right? People were saying at one point that he was getting touched up in sparring and that he was getting beat up. Let's say that Errol Spence did get beat up. What if Errol Spence got beat up so bad he had detached retina? The same people who are talking about him are not detached, but damaged retina. The same people who said that Errol Spence was getting beat up in sparring, what if he did get beat in sparring? Maybe he suffered an injury in sparring. What if that happened? You're going to have to give him time to recover. It's just a fact. Sometimes things like that happen in boxing, where you spar someone and a freak accident happens, and the guy maybe hit you in a certain way. Maybe he hit you at an angle where you're going into a punch and he hit you and your eye was messed up. Same people who said that Errol Spence Jr. got beat up in sparring so bad are the same people who say you're trying to get the fight because you don't want to lose to Pacquiao. Well, if he got beat up in sparring, what if he got hurt? What if he got hurt? So that being said, man, people want to have both ways. They want to say he's hurt in sparring and he got beat up, but when he says, okay, I suffered an injury, then they crowd foul. You can't you can't say he got beat up and then say, oh, well, he should be fine. No. He got beat up, right, champ? He got beat up, right? All right, then. Well, I guess look at his retina, man. It's torn. You're going to have to wait, champ. And this is good for Pacquiao. Pacquiao has been inactive for an extremely long time. He hasn't fought since Keith Thurman fight, which is an extremely long time ago. And if anything, this is good for Pacquiao to get him a warm-up fight. You know, I'm not talking past Ugas, but let's just say for the sake of this video, he does get past Ugas. This is a warm-up fight for Pacquiao. So we are going to see what kind of shape Pacquiao comes in at. A lot of people are, you know, trying to play the fence and saying, well, Pacquiao, he has nothing left to prove, and he's been in the sport forever, and he's older now. But if he looks spectacular in a Ugas fight, you really can't say that he was past it, because Keith Thurman is definitely one of Pacquiao's toughest fights in his career. That was a fighter that Pacquiao fought that was undefeated. He only has a couple of those people Pacquiao fought that are undefeated, right? Pacquiao hasn't fought too many undefeated fighters. He fought Floyd Mayweather, that was undefeated, and then he fought my boy Keith one-time Thurman, that was undefeated, and maybe I'm missing a couple more, but those are extremely elite level fighters. And Keith Thurman's improving at welterweight. He beat Sean Porter, he beat Danny Garcia, right? He beat these top dogs, Josecito Lopez's, because these are all former world champions I'm naming. Some people don't hold Josecito Lopez in high regard, but he was a former welterweight champion at one point. People gotta understand that. So that being said, man, you know, this is a really big deal with you know, the double standard with Errol Spence Jr. and Tyson Fury. You know, if Tyson Fury was hurt in sparring and he was out on his feet, you know, just say don't say you were you know, you caught COVID, because it just doesn't seem likely that happened. You know, at least Errol Spence came out and said, you know, his true injury was. He didn't come out and make something up, and people are you know, trashing him for it. Tyson Fury, there's nothing wrong with that guy, man. And if there is, he needs to come out and say it and stop making up excuses, talking about everything besides what really happened. Just say, you know what, I was getting beat up in sparring. I got stopped by Jared Anderson. He beat me up really bad. I was stopped on my feet, and I need to recover because I still have concussion from Jared Anderson, the American undefeated Black American champion, or, you know, champion in the camp at least. Champion in the camp, because he stopped the champ. Crazy stuff, you know. And it shows you in boxing, man, anything can happen. You know, someone could be held in high regard, and then still get beat up by some, you know, contender / prospect. You know, Jared Anderson, he's a good fighter, but he has yet to fight anyone elite in the professional realm. Now, sparring, yeah, he can get you in some sparring, but, you know, when the lights are on and the cameras and the action's all happening, he hasn't fought any elite guys to really put him on the map. But that's what people usually do if they build themselves up slowly. What they do is they'll build themselves up by having soft touches in the professional fights, but in the sparring they'll fight the best of the best. And that's the way to really do it, because you have some kind of protection under you, more protection than you otherwise would have in the ring, because you're gonna have bigger gloves when you spar, you're gonna have headgear when you spar, and it's gonna be for shorter duration. You're not going 12 rounds with one person when you spar. You usually have a rotation of fighters. So that being said, you know, if you're gonna fight the best of the best, you might as well have a short session with them, maybe 3 or 4 rounds, and then you can rotate another guy, so you're not just going all out. You know, it's all new to you in a professional realm. You need to actually practice first before you get in it with the big dogs. So this is like sharpening your sword, you know, honing your skills before you really fight the big dogs. But anyway, yeah, man, Tyson Fury, it seems like he came out with this pure excuse with the whole COVID thing. And Errol Spence Jr., you know, he actually came out with the truth and said, you know what, my eye's messed up, man. It's just messed up. And there's a big double standard in how people are reacting to it. You know, people were just saying Errol Spence ducking like wild. It's crazy. Tyson Fury, you know, he was gonna win anyway, and everything besides the guy was really scared he was gonna get stopped. just say what it was, man. Just say what it was. Anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Is it double standard real? Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. Like, comment, subscribe. It's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.